everyone, this is Dawn. I just wanted to show exactly how I get some extra information into my progress reports every week. It takes definitely it takes extra time, and I find it worthwhile. I think that my students and their learning coaches in particular find it worthwhile. However, I definitely want to let you know it does take extra time. So I've been using a template every single week that I update. I put in a new piece of information every week right here, and then I always ask them to check the grades below, their gradebook links below. I also change these little platelets every week just based on what's going on. My little catching up guy is pretty much always there once the progress reports start coming out. However, I've started putting in the number of days the student is missing for the entire school year. Sometimes I change that to recent days, like a quarterly or learning period or something of that nature, like they're missing 5 out of their last 20, something like that. But usually it's the yearly. Right here I put a pass comment. Usually it says something along the lines of, you're passing all of your classes right now. Keep up the wonderful work. Or you're passing one of your classes right now. Please be sure to bring the others up to 60%, and here's some information that'll help you, and, reach out to me, yada, yada, yada. So I also put in a graduation comment that only enters for my potential graduates. Let me show you exactly how I do all of that. So, by the way, I do keep most of that information here in my personal tracker. So here's my students, of course, their student ID, but here is their yearly attendance, how many days they've missed this year. Here's their current failing amount, and here's the amount of classes they're passing. Let me show you how to get all of that. Here's the ongoing report. Down here in this tab, I'm going to open this up a little wider for you. So here's the ongoing. I just copy and paste this once I've filtered for myself. And then I do a VLOOKUP to send that information based on the student's SID. I also do the same thing with the HS tracker, but one difference I make is I feed the fail count over with a VLOOKUP, and then I make a passing comment or a passing number. And basically what I do is I write equals, and then I click the course count, minus, and then click the fail count and hit enter, and it gives me the amount of classes the student's passing. Then I do a VLOOKUP to my main tracker, and there we go. We have a passing amount. So then we come over here to our progress report mail merge. Uh-oh, that disappeared. Give me a second. So then I come over here to my progress report mail merge, and I, of course, this is where you have all of the wonderful one that Briette sends us that has all of their classes in it and all that good stuff. Their email, their classes, and all of that she works so hard on. So I go in and I delete all the information that was in there in the first place, and then I copy and paste. Oh, I do leave the top, and I'll show you that in a minute why. I leave the headers. I do this right underneath to make sure everything is lining up properly. We don't want the fail to be in the passing and the passing to be over in graduation or something like that. So I'm always sure to do this first, and then I go in and, I kind of just delete this line once I'm sure that everything's correct. I don't really care about this information over here at the moment because it's all going to change. So right now I know this is all the correct information. I personally go in and I rename it the date that it is today so that I know those numbers are correct. And I go in and I delete all of this. Sometimes I'll make my comments based off of old comments. For example, if it's going week 5 to week 6, not a lot has changed for the comments. But today I definitely want to change them. So then I go over and I, like Julia Child, have already had these comments made up. I typically sit here and make them, but today we're going to be doing them this way. So if a student is passing 0 classes, just make sure you never mix up the passing and the failing. That's never a good thing. So here's their passing comment column. And as you can see, this student is passing 0 classes. So I put this in here, and it's a comment that says something like, as of this morning, I do send this on the day of the HS Tracker coming out. As of this morning, you are not passing any of your classes. You have 9 days to work to get those grades up to 60%. Please focus on, yada, 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 and then try to give them some positive at the end. And then I go in, I filter the passing for everybody who's passing 0, and I drag that down. And I do that for all of the different pass amounts. So this is for the students who are passing 1 class. So I would copy and paste that into here for someone who is passing 1. And sometimes I'll even hide my failing to make sure I don't make that horrible mistake, which I've almost made before. Luckily, I always check my work because I really would hate to tell students who were passing all their classes that they weren't. So go in here and paste that, and then you would do the same thing. You would filter for 1 class, drag it down, and then just keep going. Let me show you just a little thing about doing a graduation comment. First of all, I personally keep my graduates in blue, their last names, so that it's really easy to filter by color and just get the graduates when I need that. And that's pretty important in the way that I do my graduates. Someone else might have, I know sometimes people keep a column here that says G. You could filter it that way as well. As long as you have a way to filter for graduation, or you can go in and manually just enter them all. But let me show you how I do the graduation comments as well. I look at the passing for my graduate, and once again, I filter by their color, and I look at the passing amounts for my graduates, and I actually just do them largest to smallest usually. And I go look and see I go in and I enter something that I have for my graduates. Sorry, there is the daily SID report, so give me a minute, I'm gonna go in and do that. There we are. Okay, so where was I? I was doing the graduation comments. And so what I do is I go in here, I paste, like I said, I usually just type it in. Oops, that didn't work how I wanted it to. Undo that. I put in what I want to say. And I typically have the same thing to say for everybody passing 3 to 4 classes. You know, something along the lines of, you know, I can see graduation from here. Stay focused. Make sure you attend every day. Let me know if you need help, that kind of deal. And then everybody passing 0, 1, and 2, they get a separate comment as well. Sometimes I'll actually go in and enter individual comments. For example, this guy here, I know he really needs to work in literature in particular, so I will actually enter hey, graduation's so close, but you have to get working in that literature class. Please work on your research paper today. Let me know if you need help. And then, as you can see, let's assume that that's all done, and you'll go over here to the main report, and you'll see a lot of the non-graduates have something next to them. Usually this would be all filled because I would have a pass comment for everybody, so I'm not worried about that. But I do worry about these zeros in the graduation because it'll show up in the graduation comment because it will show up in the report. So for example, this person is not a potential graduate and they would have a 0 just randomly on their paper. Not the end of the world, but also not great. So I go in and I filter for the zeros and I delete them. And that will actually keep your non-graduates from even getting comments later in the quarter. I just edited this so you could see what I was talking about. And And one last thing, I do go into anybody who has a odd number of classes or something weird that I need to always address or regularly address. So, for example, these students have 4 classes, and this is my ULS student who only has 1 class. I would hate to tell him you're only passing 1 of your classes when that is the only number of classes that will even show up for because he's only taking PE and ULS classes. So that's all that will show up on the tracker. So here's all of my students who have 4 classes, and then anybody that's extra different is in red. So that way I know every week to go in and check those students and particularly address whatever's going on with them. So, for example, right now I will go in and put something different for him, such as, you are currently passing all of your classes. Keep up the wonderful work, and let me know if you need help from your special ed teacher in the ULS. Something like that. So I'm going to go in and show you exactly how this all works. So you would have VLOOKUPs that always pulled them from your work page over here. And then it would automatically enter them over here. You definitely want to go look up a particular student and check all that information. Make sure everything's going through properly and that everything has entered. I usually choose graduate, so I know that they should have a graduation comment, which she does not at the moment, but I just have not finished entering those. So if you were completely done and you had those graduation comments like you should, then you would go in and you would save it. And one last thing before I open the mail merge. Sorry to get off track again. I do actually put other information in here from time to time, such as the Star 360 information. I use the Star 360 report sometimes to put in a Star 360 comment, such as you still, have not completed your Star 360 reading, or reading in math, reading in, so on and so on, for individual students, much like this graduation comment. It is laborsome, but I find it worth it that I can tell them, rather than saying look for that password and username and what you're currently have done, rather than having to do that every time, telling them to go check Joe's email, which is great, but they don't know who Joe is a lot of the time. So I'll tell them I sent you a progress report on Thursday, and that information is in there. So, and then I can just forward it again and again and again and again. And so they not only have their Star 360 information, but they also have to confront the other information I want them to see as well. So let me save this and show you exactly what I do with my progress report itself. Yes, I want it to be the same report. And once you get in the hang of this, it really only takes me probably about 20 minutes to send out my reports. I know that's a lot longer than the other report, but I find it worth it. So let's see. I go in and go to mailings, finish and merge. This is all done because I've already done this every week. So everything should theoretically be in the same place unless I enter different things. Of course, I update the picture, I update the words, I go through and I change what's going on right now, end of the year, attendance reminder would not be here, this wouldn't be here at the beginning of the quarter, all of that. So let's see, we have the student's initial as usual. We have the pass comment, and it seems correct for the student that that's in her typical amount. And then I find a potential graduate who also has a comment to make sure that the graduation comment, and if I had a 360 comment, I would go and look for one of those. And of course, I try to spot check a few students to make sure it's all correct, and just generally see everything's going okay. All right, well, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to contact me. I am very, very happy to help anyone with these. It took me quite a while to get this to where it is. And if anybody has any suggestions, I'm very open to that as well. I always want to improve and change and make things better. All right, and if you want these templates, please let me know as well. Have a great day, guys.